the next thing that we're going to go over is probably one of the most important aspects of the game. You'll hear a lot of coaches say, if you win the draw, majority of the draws, you're going to win the game, okay? So the draw can be taught in many different ways. This is the way that I like to do it and teach my athletes, okay? So I like to be in an athletic stance. I like to have one foot up, one foot slightly back, okay? I like to have my hips underneath me, my chest is up, kind of along the same stance as I would if I were to take off here on a sprint. Now, the draw is going to start like this. Come on, Ellie, come on in. And we want to make sure that my arm is not flat like this, okay? You really want to, what I call, get underneath the ball right here. Good. Now, this is why. I don't have a lot of power if I'm just pulling up with my bicep and my forearm here, okay? But if I get my elbow underneath, I can really pull the ball up with my entire body and drive that elbow up, okay? Now, even though we're working on power right then and there, that is not what wins the draw. That is what helps you direct the draw. What wins the draw is their fast wrist movement, forward movement, okay? So you want to win the ball on the back side of your stick, meaning when we get the ball set up right here, okay, we want to do a scrape and turn motion, okay? So I want to get underneath it, the ball goes up, and I want to turn, and I want to win the ball on the back side of my stick. So it's going to be a motion of pulling and scraping, okay? We do not want to just power the ball back, okay? And remember that in everything we do, okay, in every draw that we do, the draw has to go up and over our head, okay? So when we're doing this, okay, if the ref happens to be in front of me while I'm doing this, yes, have your eyes on the ref. If the ref backs up behind me here and the whistle goes, you're gonna have to go by ear. If the ref's in front of me, go by eyesight, okay? So let's say the ref's behind me, the whistle goes. I'm just listening and I'm pulling up, okay? So while we're doing this, okay, and the draw goes up, I wanna make sure that I'm exploding with my legs, okay? I'm using my wrist to crank the ball forward. I'm scraping it out, okay? And I'm doing this all in one motion, okay? Now, we wanna make sure, thank you, we wanna make sure that we are not putting a ton of pressure into Ellie's stick, okay, into the other player's stick. And I'll show you why. If we wanna win the ball on the backside of our stick, okay, and I'm shoving the ball into her stick, all Ellie has to do is turn her stick. The ball is gonna sit right here, she's won it, okay? So remember, we wanna give light pressure on the ball, okay, light pressure, and we wanna turn here, scrape, pull it back, okay? I'm gonna take you through the different ways to help you direct the draw and put it where you want to. So we're gonna go through doing this, the most common draw, which is the pull draw. So if we're set, okay, we're first gonna do the most common way, which is I'm trying to draw it behind me, okay? So on the count of three, we'll go, 1, 2, 3, pull up, we're exploding up, we're pulling straight back, okay? Obviously, when we're doing this in real time, it'll be much faster. And then the next one, we're gonna try to self-draw, meaning I'm gonna try to get after it myself. I'm punching it straight up in the air. I can then go on to the ball, okay? So self-draw on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, okay? I'm pulling straight up and I'm going after the ball there, okay? The next one that I'm gonna do is very hard to do, but it's super effective if you have a teammate who can run onto the ball, but it's called drawing the ball down the line. And when you're drawing the ball down the line, it's nice to have your foot, this right foot, a little bit more up so you can put your weight on your right foot here. So when we're drawing down the line, we're right underneath it, okay? On the count of 3, we're gonna draw down the line, 1, 2, 3, and I'm punching it out, scrape, turn, putting the ball out, winning it on the backside. A teammate who has an extra step, knows it might be going that way, is gonna have a really good chance of getting it because you're getting it out into space where usually nobody is. And the last one is very hard to do. I've seen a couple of extremely talented players do this. I've never been able to do it. And this is drawing it forward from this position where I've actually seen players be able to draw it straight through. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, wait, pop it, punch it out. Good. Start pulling it here and sending the ball, winning it on the backside, flipping it out, actually forward. So there we go. All right, here we go. Putting the ball in the upper portion of our stick, Good. We're flat here. We're flat here. I don't feel too much pressure. Good. All right. Ready. Nice. Ellie, we just did the pull draw. So now we're gonna do self draw, okay? Ellie's gonna self draw it straight up and get after it, all right? Here we go. All right, so I'm setting the ball. Ball's in their upper portion of the stick here. Upper portion of the stick. They're both in an athletic position. They're not sitting too low. They're not super high up here as well, okay? Their sticks are in line. They're not tilted up too high. They're not tilted low, okay? They're level. I don't feel a ton of pressure here. Ellie is going to self-draw, meaning she's trying to punch the ball straight up off this draw and capture it herself. All right, here we go. Ready? Nice. So this last one that we're going to show you is going to be drawing down the line, meaning we're here and Ellie's trying to punch it out, pull it down this line right here. It gives the center an extra advantage if she can get it out into space where she can run onto it, or if her teammate knows that she's drawing down the line and has an extra step as to where the ball is going. So it's an extremely difficult draw to do, but once you get it down, it's super effective. All right, here we go. Ball's in the upper portion of her stick. Like I said, athletic stance. All right, we're good. I don't feel a ton of pressure. That's great, but it's enough to keep the ball in, and we're set. We're ready to go. Here we go. Ready? Yes! Beautiful. Good.
That was not you. That was me.
Yes, it was Ellie. Good job.